message here is very simple. I'm here today to tell Côte d'Ivoire that you are traitors. We need you to stop being traitors. If Africa does not open their borders, countries like Côte d'Ivoire, if you don't open your country to France and USA, they cannot land there. So at the day, we cannot keep betraying ourselves.
We're searching for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This is a different generation together. If that time the youth were sleeping, because there was no media to inform them about whatever our good leaders are doing, today we have the media. We are not listening to BBC. We are not listening to the CIA. We are not listening to the CNN for them to come and give us fake news about good leaders in Africa. This time around we are not sleeping, and we are telling them enough is enough. We are sending a warning to the African leaders. Just remember,
Sankara started the revolution. He started with a message which the imperialists hated so much. The message was in French, so he always goes like, "Les impérialistes." Okay, my people are here, so just follow them for me. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. La révolution. So when Thomas Sankara said les impérialistes, it means the imperialists. Then the
Good afternoon, representatives. Thank you. My name is Ibrahim Traoré+Send. A lot of you know me as Black Coffee. My message here is very simple. I'm here today to tell Côte d'Ivoire that you are traitors. We need you to stop being traitors. If Africa does not open their borders, countries like Côte d'Ivoire, if you don't open your country to France and USA, they cannot land there. So at the day, we cannot keep betraying ourselves. So when we look at the story of slavery, some of our chiefs sold, or our kings sold ourselves out. We played a part in it, and we're still doing that now. Some of us will go and join the French and American army to fight the Burkinabé army. Think about that, guys. Think about that. So my message is to black people here that do not join the opposite side. Join us. Join us. Don't betray us. That's what I want to say today. And also, we talk about we need to organize. So I'm going to organize the greatest African army. If you'd like to join me, please see me. I'm going to start a greatest African army. And we are going to support African leaders like Traore. I have a lot planned, so please join me. The youth. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Joe, wait!
Hey! Back up to the town.
Great, Black Coffee.
Well, I'm just here to show appreciation for the gathering of the youth who are here, energize this power. This power is a power that we need to keep flaming up. And right now, the fact of the matter being that our elders are less understanding of the situation, let's run the youth together. Let's get the youth organized. Ajamaman here, who is solo from the Caribbean, Jamaica, who is here, and he is a revolutionary, a Pan-African soldier from the initial stages. He is here to just give a little touch to the feeling of Traore's issue. Yo, Papa Wase, come and tell them what you have. Jump up. I got it now. May I tell you, sir? Yo, you know, we've been coming to Ghana and I said, Africa must unite. Now it looks like Ibrahim Traoré is on it. So, we are saying, we're glad to be alive. 2025, 25th, Amir. It was a feeling. You're beautiful, Ghana. We want you to rise up. You know, where is the revolutionary? Who have enough of Donald Trump? What is a Donald Trump? What is a Donald Trump? What do you say? Donald Trump! Listen, man. One Black Africa, from Marcus Garvey to Kwame Nkrumah, Sankara. Now we got King Ho. beautiful love. Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
The time of the Massacre. This is not the time of Patrice Lumumba. This is not the time of my own leader, Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This is a different generation together. If that time the youth were sleeping, because there was no media to inform them about whatever our good leaders are doing, today we have the media. We are not listening to BBC. We are not listening to the CIA. We are not listening to the CNN for them to come and give us fake news about good leaders in Africa. This time around we are not sleeping, and we are telling them enough is enough. We are sending a warning to the African leaders. Just remember 1963 in Ethiopia, the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Osaji for the government told them, if we live here as leaders and we don't have the United States of Africa, our children are going to continue to suffer. Our generation are going to continue to suffer because they were not able to listen to Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We are suffering and seeing it today, but we are telling them that with the help of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, with the stand of the youth of Africa, that when you touch Captain Ibrahim Traoré, you touch the youth of Africa. When you touch Captain Ibrahim Traoré, you touch the soil of Africa. We are not sleeping this time. I was so much disappointed when I see Donald Trump speaking to Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, is speaking to the president as his own biological son. And I said, how dare you, Donald Trump, to speak to an African leader? When you come to the land of Africa, you pick the natural resource of our land. Before we arrive, we come there to come and suffer in your own land because our African leaders were not able to take a decision on their own. When the man was sitting down, I was crying on my eye. Donald Trump is not older than Ramaphosa. That 72, 78. The rent is only what? 6 years. So can you speak to your own colleague president as your own political son? No. Because we keep on having puppets in the land of Africa as leaders. So that our leaders were not able to take a stand. If you cannot take the stand, Captain have come out that I will take the stand that you were not able to do. So just give me your support and we are going to have the freedom of the continent. There is nothing that we need from them. We have the gold, we have the diamond, we have the oil, we have the uranium. Our youth are still dying on the Mediterranean Sea because of white collar job. Our youth are still dying on the desert because they want to go and work in another man's land. Enough is enough. For the land of Africa, enough is enough. We must unite.
Without wasting my time, we have so many speakers today. We have protocol here we want to observe. We would like to call on AAPRP. Are they? AAPRP, the representative. AAPRP. Honorable Ade, yes. We need your presence here. Please, let's create space for them.
When Thomas Sankara started the revolution, he started with a message which the imperialists hated so much. The message was in French, so he always goes like, "Les impérialistes." Okay, my people are here, so just follow them for me. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. Les impérialistes. La révolution. So when Thomas Sankara said les impérialistes, it means the imperialists. Then the people always respond, "I'm back." So it means that the imperialists should go down. And he will shout and said, "The revolution," which is la révolution. Then the people will shout, "En haut," which means that the revolution should go up. The imperialists should go down. So les impérialistes, les impérialistes, la révolution, la révolution. So he always ends his speech with la patrie ou la mort. And then the people will respond, nous vaincrons. It means that homeland or death we will conquer. So if I say la patrie ou la mort, you shout, nous vaincrons. La patrie ou la mort? Nous vaincrons. La patrie ou la mort? Nous vaincrons. Yes, so this is the message that imperialists hated so much to the level where they have to take the man down. And today, it is not a surprising thing that this message is alive today in the mind of everybody and on the lips of everybody. Which means that if you take one man down, you are going to have 1,000 people rising up, speaking the same message. The message that they stopped, the message because of which Gaddafi was murdered through the CIA, Obama, United States, with collaboration with African Union and co. This same message is alive today, telling them that Africa is for Africans. The resources of Africa is for Africans. It does not belong to the United States. It does not belong to France. It belongs to Africa. And our leaders, since they have become so afraid of dying for the people, Ibrahim Traoré now put his life in the line, standing for his people. And we are ready to stand by Ibrahim Traoré. We are ready to stand by Ibrahim Traoré. We are standing by the revolution. And let me put this on record. Let me put this on record. What is happening in Burkina Faso to all media houses, together with the traditional media houses, the Western imperial media houses, we are saying that what is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's revolution. What is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's liberation. It's leadership for the people and by the people. What African Union failed to do for the past so many years, one man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, was able to do that by uniting Africa without only meeting with anybody. We never had any conference. We never met in any conference room, but all of us, we are here today. Last time we did a protest, was it 28? That year, right? Yes. Nobody, Captain Ibrahim Traoré did not call for that protest, but we saw BBC posting it and putting it in their article that Ibrahim Traoré systematically organized that protest, which is a lie. We are telling them that it is the time, the season, the movement that called for the protest. At the same time, it is the time, the season, and the movement which is putting on this gathering. This gathering you are seeing here, as somebody says, it's not a contract. Nobody contracted us. We came on our own because we understand what is happening in the Sahel. What is happening in the Sahel is the rebirth of Africa. And African youth, we cannot allow it to go down. Because at the end of the day, if the revolution in the Sahel go down, Africa will never rise again. They will make sure that the place is completely destroyed, like what is happening in Congo. If ECOWAS and African Union, they have something to do when it comes to liberation of Africa, they should not channel their energy towards, Ibrahim Traoré, the Sahel. They should channel their energy towards Sudan. They should channel their energy towards Togo. They should channel their energy towards Congo. That is where the people need true liberation. The Burkinabé people, the Sahel people, they are already awakened. So African Union and ECOWAS, do your homework because the youth are not with you. Respect.
May I invite...
When there's a gathering with revolution and freedom and liberation, somehow I'm called. And I always answer. And the reason I answer is because of our ancestors. Of the people, whenever they call, if you're a revolutionary, you have to answer. If you're a revolutionary, you have to answer. And Ibrahim Traoré is calling us now. The people of Burkina Faso is calling us now. I had the privilege to be in Burkina Faso in 1986, and I met Thomas Sankara. And I was there and I felt the energy of what a revolution actually is. It is not necessarily about picking up guns. It's about training yourselves politically, educationally, so that you can understand who the enemy is. And our enemy is U.S. imperialism. Our enemy is neo-colonialism and French imperialism. Our enemy is British neo-colonialism. And we must constantly organize ourselves. Kwame Nkrumah said, organization decides everything. If you're not organized, you can't decide anything. So I tell you, I beg you, Mepacho, get in some organization so that you can unite with the rest of the organizations here in Ghana so that we can get rid of neo-colonialism in our country. Organize yourself on a continental level, on a regional level, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to come together and form a socialist government. We cannot be afraid of socialism. We cannot shrink when we ask for socialism, because what socialism does, it tells us that all the resources in our country belong to everybody. Our Constitution tells us that the president has trust, or that the resources are in trust of one man. We want that changed in our 1992 Constitution. That's something that we can do right now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. Change the Constitution so that the resources belong to everybody. And if you do that, you have made a step towards humanity, you've made a step towards the liberation of our country, and you've made a step to the total freedom and unification of Africa under all African Union socialist government. Thank you very much, and freedom!
This is United Youth of Africa Movement in brackets UAM. We have been there for 2 years now. We have members across the globe. We are here for one cause, we are here for one mission. All we are asking and seeking is unity. We the youth of Africa entirely, we are rising now. Our spirits are high. We all here are seeking for one thing. That is what? Unity. And that should be the purpose of our mission. If we are united, nothing can divide us. With unity is power. Without unity, we cannot go anywhere. Unity and peace. That is the only things we need now. And that is our weapons as it stands now. As member of UAM, I am the vice president of UAM and I'm a Ghanaian. We have the president in Nigeria, who is in the name of Choma. We have members across the globe. We are all seeking for one thing, unity in Africa. And that is the only way to go. We are asking our leaders, please, we the youth, if you don't stand for us, we are many. We are more than your number. If we team up, you cannot stand our power. And the unity we are seeking, just pave the way for us. And that is all we are seeking. United Africa, with unity we stand. Without unity, we will fall. As we are all in support of Ibrahim Traoré, that man is one body, but in many spirits. The spirits of our ancestors are dwelling in that man. So if you touch him, you touch all of us. You touch Ibrahim Traoré, you touch all African youth. That is why we are here. Hands off Ibrahim Traoré, and that's what we are calling. United Youth of Africa, wherever you are, stand up. You are members, wherever you are, join us. Join the movement. We are awakened and nothing is going to submerge us. We are standing tall and nothing will bring us down. We are fighting for whatever is ours. We are not going to seek for anything from anyone, because whatever we are looking for is ours. Africa for Africa, Africa for Africa. We are standing tall and nothing is going to scare us anymore. We are the first and we are standing first, and that is it. Ghana, we are rising already. Nothing can bring us down. We are the what? Gateway to Africa, and we are proud as Ghanaians, and every African youth should be proud of yourself.
No way! What follows this time? No way. This time, no way. This time, no way. This time, no way. A boot for a boot. This time, no way. An eye for an eye. This time, no way. A boot for a boot. This time, no way. An eye for an eye. So if you touch Comrade Traore, our leaders that are fighting for our liberation, this is the message. This time, no way. An eye for an eye. African Liberation Day. And when we come to speak at African Liberation Day, we have to give respect to our elders, especially the elders who were revolutionaries and who were freedom fighters. So the first person I'll quote is Kwame Traore. He said, in order to be free, we must both materially be free and immaterially be free. That means we have to control our material resources and that around us materially. And also, we have to control the way that we think. And Kwame Nkrumah taught us that our philosophy must find its weapons in the environment and living conditions of the African people. And that's where the intellectual content of our philosophy must find its basis. And so we see that those of us here are fighting to get control of our resources. We already think that we need our freedom. We already think that we need our liberation. And we already think that we need to unite. Am I right? And so now, how do we turn that thinking into controlling our material conditions, our material resources? One, we have to have an independent ideology and philosophy from our culture. We in the Nkrumah's caucus, our philosophy is philosophical consciousness, and our ideology is Nkrumah's. And that gives us independence of thought. And then Kwame Nkrumah taught us that organization decides everything. We've already had a speaker, Comrade Sekou, who said we must organize. We must be part of an organization. So what we're doing today can be every day. African Liberation Day is not only 25th May, but African Liberation Day must be every single day until Africa is liberated, unified, and socialist. We stand with our comrades in Burkina Faso, in Mali, and in Niger. We see they're at war. We see that terrorists that are sponsored by the CIA, the MI5, the French, neo-colonialists, are financing terrorists in the northern parts of those countries. And our brothers are valiantly fighting against those imperialist-sponsored terrorists. We back them. We back them fully. We see that those in Burkina are making changes that are beneficial to the society. The African people need water. The African people need light. The African people need shelter. The African people need education. The African people need health care. We heard Comrade Gaddafi at Elwak Stadium come and say exactly that in 1999 here.
Well, we want to tell American imperialism, US Britain imperialism, France imperialism, that we don't fear their nuclear weapons. We don't fear the atomic weapons. Our strength lies in our unity. Our strength lies in our organization. Like Nkrumah told us, we must organize. Because organization decides everything. Organization decides what? Everything. Organization decides what? Everything. So all of us here, I want to encourage everyone that join an organization, join a revolutionary organization, and make sure every day, ask yourself, what am I doing for the liberation of Africa? Ask yourself every day, what am I doing for Africa? Like our brother just said that African Liberation Day shouldn't be only 25th. It should be every day. So make sure, remind yourself that whatever you do every day, it is towards the liberation and freedom and unity of Africa. Thank you.
Burkina, Ghana as well. Ya started with baby no now so wo hwe say wo so dey na metumi aye e dey aboa me man na yeso ye nya enije baako ne e dey gbabom asodwe atina ye mem nya ndi afa na wo kwa fa visa akọ obi kuro na wo ko le kuro ma wa kwa dani akwa wo masa wo kuro na wo ye wo kuro ya wo so wo ye ohine wo kuro sa na me hye me nua no mo kran se obi an ye ni obetumi we are farmer ye wo farm here because ye be didi we eduma bia we bia no hweso na ye di ye because dem won faso a ebeba ye da chimba enti na ye nyina ya sorry for ye mpaso ye sremo yeso ye message kakra ye dem mo se bia mo le ya no obi an ye ni obetumi no fa mbo ani man na man ni pompo while you are starting as 2 minutes also say yeso ye be ye ya to aso na ye man no In 1776, the United States of America were tired of the British and they kicked them out. So if Captain Ibrahim Traoré is kicking the French out, history is just repeating itself. So the right to self-determination must be respected. Yes, without saying much words, I would like to introduce Ernesto Yeboah. He is the Commander-in-Chief of Economic Fighters League. The organization behind this particular work, CIC. Well, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to all of us. Now must say, as a revolution, a revolution. Yes, I say, I'm not as I want the as a Cocoa, Omeja, and no mona, if you're Monchain. And so the Sabri, I can say, Yen I am say, a promoso. The message has been sent loud and clear. Ebakoso na yada, the Ghana traditional authorities say, for a day like this, say you say ban on noise making, and we can only be respectful of our traditional rules. Because behind some rules, there is some wisdom behind it. It is what brings Africa together. And so we cannot disrespect our traditions, we cannot disrespect our customs. And so we want to say a very big thank you to the Ghana people, the Ghana leadership, the chiefs, that in spite of their ban on noise making, they have affirmed that today's event, today's program, today's protest is not noise. Because when we define noise, it can only be defined as senseless noise.
Nuisance.
Sound that doesn't make sense. But the Ghana Traditional Authority, by allowing this gathering and this procession, have affirmed that calling imperialism hands of Africa is not noise. Choboy, all of you are here on your own accord. Nobody paid for your transport. Nobody induced you with a t-shirt, food, as some neo-colonialists have turned our societies into. So that every time you see gatherings like this, you can be sure that it is a contracted crowd. But I say here and now that this is not a contracted crowd. You are here on your own steam. You are here on
responsibility. You are here on your own. We also want to thank the state, because as much as possible, everybody who knows the analysis of where Ghana stands, be we a state that is still reeling under neo-colonialism or not, we all know. And so it must have taken the state a lot to have allowed this gathering.
Yes.
And the symbolism, we started off at the African Unity Monument. That is significant. And by this we are telling a story. I can see Burkinabé is here.
Yes. We are here.
In fact, let me put it a better way. I can see Africans who live or have a tradition with the land of Burkina Faso here.
Yes.
Revolutionaries.
I can see comrades who have a link with the province of Kenya here. I can see Nigeria here.
Yes.
I can see Sudan.
Yes.
This is a country in full-blown war. But when it came to hands-off Africa, Sudan made a representation, and they are here.
Pan-African
I
revolution.
want to thank all of you. This is your revolution. We have over 54 Pan-African organizations, as you can see on the banners, coming together to tear down imperialism.
Land. Somebody cannot be in American land as an African to be dictating for Americans what they should do. They should leave the president of Sudan to take a decision that can help the people of Sudan. Africa for Africans. This time around, we are ever ready to help all African brothers to stand on our own, because our natural resource must develop our land. Africa must unite, and the time is now.